building the list. We actually have 4 or 5 other registered attendees who aren't here, but it's all Stream Guys present, so we can really focus on your business today. This is really about everybody on the team aligning strategy. So think of it kind of like a key account list, but this should really align with your overall total marketing go-to-market strategy. For so many customers, things break. And in your process, being honest about the fact that things break, no matter what, like at some point, somebody is going to fat finger something, whether it's on their side or yours. They want to be able to call and talk to a human being any hour of the day. And that person needs to be able to wake up the smartest person on your team. In a slide deck, if you just have a slide that's like, this person said, you know, we have the best support team on the planet, whatever that may be. You're also going to want to connect this when you're talking about building the list to the people who are going to appreciate what makes you great, because you have competitors and the companies that you are selling into have different priority sets. One thing that can be really hard when you're in outbound is figuring this stuff out before you talk to somebody, right? Like, I don't know until I've talked to Disney what they really care about. But a little bit later on, we'll talk about like buyer personas and the different types of, you know, verticals there are. And you can sometimes find patterns in those where it's like, okay, well, everyone that's in sports broadcasting seems to care about these 3 things. If you want, you can go to HubSpot.com/makemypersona. And that's a really cool tool to build it with prompts. And then you can download the file at the end to build different types of personas. From like a marketing and SDR perspective, if I'm reaching out to new people, I'm definitely going to heavily talk about outsourcing the work, right? You're busy. You don't want to be worried about this stuff. You give it to us and you don't have to worry about it anymore. We're going to manage it for you. I don't want to be looking to see what's wrong with my tech stack at 3 a.m. I want to sleep, and I want to know that whoever I hand this to, they've got it. No more open book for me. I've closed it. That belongs to somebody else now. Key success metrics and goals, which is just like, how are they measuring success? This is particularly like if you're doing a discovery call, always find out how they're going to decide. Once you know that, you can build your list for customers that will measure you as successful. Communication styles. So this is kind of a listening thing, but I would encourage anybody on the sales team to spend a little bit of time looking at how people in your target market talk about the industry. Like what terms are they using? Because one thing that we tend to do as tech salespeople is wrap things up in our own terminology, right? You have your own internal language that you use for referring to things. That matters not to your customers. They don't care what you call your products, your features, your services. They care what it means for them. So learning to talk to them in their own language is super important. Otherwise, you're going to be explaining a lot. And that's kind of a waste of a sales call. Customer lifetime value. One thing that can be a productivity killer on sales teams is going after low value customers with the same amount of effort as you go out after high value customers. So really understanding the difference between like what, say, a Disney is worth to you versus XYZ broadcasting that has one channel in Alaska. What is the brand image you're trying to convey? So like if you guys are focusing on religion and sports, that's a different brand than if you're focusing on like e-learning and I don't know, like porn. Huge video user, right? So you kind of have to think like, what is our brand? What is our image? What are we trying to put out there? And what companies align with that? All right, guys, any more questions, comments, concerns? Did you learn something? Raise a hand if you learned something like Impractical Jokers.